Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Emmerdale fans work out John Sugden's true identity after Anthony's death. Emmerdale viewers are convinced that John Sugden is hiding a huge secret. Emmerdale fans were left in shock after the soap confirmed the death of Anthony Fox, portrayed by Nicholas Day, following an intense altercation with Aaron Dingle, Danny Miller. Yet it was John Sugden, Oliver Farnworth, who stepped in to help conceal the dark deed. The vile Anthony's end came once his horrific past as a child abuser was exposed, having taken advantage of his daughter Ruby Fox Milligan, Beth Cordingley, during her teen years, and being the biological father to her child, Steph, Georgia J. In Thursday's gripping episode, January 23. Now available on ITVX, a distraught Aaron confronted Anthony after piecing together his abuse towards Ruby. At Caleb's William Ash storage depot, Aaron demanded that Anthony confess his crimes and intended to haul him to the police station. Faced with his terminal illness, Anthony was petrified at the thought of dying in jail, resorting to taunting Aaron with cruel remarks about the sexual abuse Aaron endured from his own father. Overcome with wrath, Aaron succumbed to rage, viciously assaulting Anthony and leaving him seemingly lifeless. However, before Aaron could flee the scene, Anthony showed signs of life, reports Leicestershire Live. Returning home, Aaron was visibly disturbed and confided in his boyfriend John about the ordeal, admitting, "I nearly killed him." John urged they must return to the depot, but upon arrival, they found Anthony lifeless on the ground. A shocked and anxious Aaron watched as John coolly took charge, vowing to protect Aaron from the consequences of his actions. John's presence in Emmerdale has grown ever more ominous since he ordered the disposal of Anthony's corpse, shining a spotlight on his dark capabilities. Since emerging last year as a member of the reputable Sugden lineage, whispers about his obscure past and military tenure have been rife. The rumors have escalated among viewers, with many suspecting that John harbors a murderous streak. Inquisitive fans flocked at X to air their theories, with one commenting, "I'm waiting for John to be a serial killer," that he had something to do with the deaths of Anthony and Nate. Also, the way he spoke to Aaron was creepy. Aaron and John are not convincing as a romantic couple #Emmerdale. Sick. Another shared. Right here goes nothing. Here's why I think Anthony's killer is John Sugden, and that's he's a serial killer who is vengeful over his absent father in his childhood #Emmerdale. Sick. The conspiracy didn't end there. A Reddit user drew parallels between John and a notorious Hollyoaks villain, saying, "Like in Hollyoaks with Jez killing everyone that wrongs his family." Sick. Yet another viewer took to X in confusion, pondering, "I don't understand what they are trying to do with John, a Robrin 2.0. Are they waiting for a certain blonde to return or another ulterior motive, such as being a murderer? Did they change the story? Everything is very confusing." It was the kind of snowy December morning that only exists in holiday dreams. The lights in downtown Chicago twinkled like little stars as snowflakes danced through the sky, covering the streets in a soft, white blanket. Mark Anderson, fresh off his whirlwind journey on the Golden Bachelorette, found himself in a new kind of love story, one that didn't come with cameras or a final rose, but with something far sweeter: shared traditions, laughter by the fire, and a woman who could rival any leading lady, Barbara Alyn Woods. Yes, that Barbara Alyn Woods, the vibrant, charismatic actress known to One Tree Hill fans as the unforgettable Deb Scott. The rumor mill had been swirling since October, when sharp-eyed fans spotted the pair at a charity gala, exchanging smiles that didn't need mistletoe to feel festive. But this holiday season, Mark and Barbara weren't hiding. They were celebrating, loudly, joyfully, and with just a bit of tinsel. A love that sparkles like Christmas lights. After weeks of speculation, Mark confirmed the relationship with a simple, cozy Instagram post on December 1st. A photo of him and Barbara decorating a tree together, captioned, "She's the star on top of my tree." it melted the hearts of Bachelor Nation and One Tree Hill fans alike. Mark has this energy that's very grounded but also full of childlike wonder, Barbara later shared in an interview with Entertainment Tonight. And I think we both bring out the best kind of silly in each other. That silliness was on full display when the couple hosted a gingerbread house building competition at Barbara's home in Los Angeles. Yes, her real home, not a set. Guests included Barbara's daughters, including actress Natalie Alyn, and a few surprise appearances by former Golden Bachelorette castmates who now refer to Barbara as Queen Bee. Mark, decked out in a festive sweater that reads "Slay My Name," built a leaning gingerbread tower that collapsed mid-photo op. "It's a metaphor for love," he laughed. "It's messy, unpredictable, and somehow still beautiful." Holiday traditions, and some new ones too. Mark had always spent his holidays in the Midwest, surrounded by snow, pie, and family. Barbara, a Southern California mainstay, was used to beachy Decembers and brunches in the sun. But the two decided to blend their traditions, starting with a week-long getaway to Lake Tahoe. "We wanted something in between," Mark explained. "Somewhere with snow, but also a fireplace and time to just be." And be they did. They went snowshoeing, drank too much mulled wine, and reportedly sang a drunken duet of Baby, It's Cold Outside at the lodge's open mic night. A witness claimed Barbara hit a high note that shattered icicles. But the sweetest moment came on Christmas Eve. Barbara surprised Mark by setting up an old-school projector and playing a holiday slideshow. Photos from his childhood, sent by his family, interwoven with pictures of Barbara's early years on set. "We were kids from different worlds," she whispered to him. "But somehow we found the same story. Hollywood meets hometown." Their relationship wasn't without curiosity. After all, it's not every day a reality TV heartthrob dates a Hollywood actress. "At first, I thought it might just be a glamorous fling," one Bachelor blogger commented. "But now, I think they're the real deal." Mark and Barbara leaned into the attention with humor and grace. When they attended a holiday premiere at Universal Studios, they wore matching velvet. Him in a maroon blazer, her in a floor-length emerald gown. Paparazzi caught them whispering and giggling like teenagers. And in true Barbara Alyn Woods fashion, she wasn't afraid to gush. "Mark brings a peace into my life that's hard to explain. Fame is fun, sure, but peace, that's rare." Mark echoed the sentiment. Barbara is fearless. She's fun. And she makes even the most ordinary December day feel like the final scene of a holiday movie. A not-so-silent night. On Christmas night, the couple hosted a small dinner party at Mark's Chicago condo, inviting close friends and family. Barbara cooked her famous sweet potato souffle, which, according to Mark, changed his entire understanding of food. And Mark set up a karaoke machine in the corner. Guests took turns belting out carols, but the night ended with Mark and Barbara singing a heartfelt rendition of "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." When they reached the line, "Through the years we all will be together," Barbara squeezed his hand just a little tighter. A friend at the party said, "You could tell they meant every word." What's next for Mark and Barbara? With the new year on the horizon, fans are already wondering, will this couple last? Is a golden wedding on the horizon? When asked, Mark just smiled. "I've already had the fairy tale once. This time, I just want the reality." And Barbara? She's the best reality I've ever known.